1, 2, 3. Yeah. All right. So some practical and useful use of chord inversions, passing chords, diminished chords, all to get from the 1 chord to the 4 chord. So in this instance, our 1 chord is G7 and our 4 chord is C7. Now, when we speak about 1 chord, 2 chord, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, we're talking about scale tone chords, chords built on each note of a scale. So in this case, G major, there is a 4-note chord for each of these. Now, strictly speaking, the 1 chord should be major 7, the 2 chord should be minor, A minor 7, B minor 7, C major 7, D7, E minor 7, F half diminished, which is a minor 7 flat 5, and then back to G major 7. In this case, we're using the dominant 7 to replace the 1 chord because we're getting sort of like a funky blues sound. Same thing with the 4 chord. And the way that I came up with the voicings for these is twofold. One is I wanted to get from 1 to 4, and I wanted to make a smooth connection. So I came up with that. And also, I'm moving a line on the top. So if I put these 2 lines together, I get that. And then I just fill in the chords. G minor 7 with a B as my highest note. And I'm just playing the root, the flat 7, and the 3rd, just 3 notes. And then here, I'm playing the root, the 3rd, and the root, the 7th, and the 3rd on the A minor. Then my little B flat diminished chord with a C sharp on top. And then here, a G in first inversion, as opposed to a G7 in first inversion. Now, inversions of chords, you could have the root on the bottom, the 3rd on the bottom, the 5th on the bottom, and the 7th on the bottom. And those are your 3 inversions. Root, first inversion, and then second inversion, 3rd inversion. So you have 3 different inversions. So for my first part here, it's G in root position, A minor 7 in root position, B flat diminished chord, and then a regular G chord in first inversion. So I can get that sound of that D to the G. So I have the B, the G, the D, and another G. And that's my G chord in first inversion. And then I do the same thing on the C. My C chord, my imaginary 2 chord, D minor, my passing diminished chord, E flat diminished, and then back to my C chord in first inversion, but here I'm playing a C9 in first inversion. So I have the third, the flat 7, the 9, the 5, and then the root. That's a good chord. It's also a well-used gypsy chord voicing. And so I'm playing basically 1/8 notes, 2/8 notes per chord. And then I slowed it down in half. And yeah, you know, I got into the rhythmic thing on it. And also I did a thing where I took advantage of as many chromatic notes as I could in the bass. So I do a chromatic approach into the 1 chord, chromatic approach into the 2 chord, but then I can't here, so I just play this again, then I play my diminished, play that again, and then to my G in first inversion. So I got to sound something like this. So that's pretty cool. And just showing you that you can take chords and be as imaginative, rhythmic, inventive, improvisatory as with your single notes and double stops. So I just think it's important just to show everybody that there's lots of cool chord things that you could do. You know, we're so trained to be, you know, killing single note players that sometimes we forget how special and cool chords are, you know, and that we have the ability to play them on guitar, you know. Not just piano players. Guitar players can play cool chord voicings. And so that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed this. And, you know, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. And until next time, peace.